Hello, my name is Duncan and welcome to Bash Books or Back Away from the Donkey. It's where I just talk about books I love. A lot of it's science fiction, but hey ho. But anyway, today is Tag Tuesday, so I want to do a book tag. This actually weirdly might be difficult for me to answer all the questions, but I thought I'd do it anyway. I saw this on Steve Donaghue's channel because he did it, and I've seen a couple of other people do it. Don't know who originally did the tag, but I think it's a very, very old tag, and I might do a random search to see if I can find out who originally did the tag all those many years ago that it was probably done. But it's the New Year book tag, and I have from me actually on technology today, not on a piece of paper as I do sometimes, the questions. So the questions for the New Year book tag is, the first one is, how many books are you planning to read in 2023? I don't really plan an amount. On my Goodreads account, I always just whack it up as one book a week for 52 weeks. But I think last year I read 60 something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me that much. My plan is just to try and, I like to read every day. Is try and read every day. Try and at least do an hour a day minimum. Sometimes do more, sometimes do less. And that's what I just try to achieve. That's always my goal, is just to read every day. Reading is a skill. It's like anything else. Listening is a skill, reading is a skill, and the more you do it, the better you get. Not necessarily faster, but the better you get to absorbing information, and the easier you go into it. Because speed-wise, I'm probably slower than I was 20 or 30 years ago. When I was a teenager, I used to, consume books, breathe them in. Now I'm a lot slower, and I don't really care. I'm slower. What the hell? Doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, so I haven't really got a planned number. I will read what I read. I will probably read something similar to what I've done this year, which is 60-odd-ish books. But we'll see how we go. It all depends on size as well. So that's question 1. Question 2. Name 5 books you didn't get to in 2022 we want to make a priority to read in 2023. This is another difficult one for me to answer. Stuff I didn't get to or make a priority to read. I don't really make priorities to read stuff unless I'm specifically have a purpose for it. I'm the sort of reader that, I don't call myself a mood reader. I just read what takes my fancy at the time. So I never have any really sort of set goals and plans. I've got a few this year because I want to do something related to Philip K. Dick and film books, but those are all books that I've already read many years ago or recently, so it's not like a priority to read. Is there any specific stuff that I would have in my brain to read? No, not really. So I'm afraid me answering these questions is probably not very helpful. But anyway, let's go on to question 3. What genre do you want to read more of? Oh, don't get me started on genres. I've got a thing with genres. Everybody tries to subcategorize things. There's no specific genres I want to read. This argument about you need to be widely read, I think is not nonsense. It's a bit overrated, because I think people naturally spread their wings when they've been reading for a while. But I don't think you should force yourself unless you have a specific reason. When I was at university, I had to force myself to read medical textbooks because that's what I was studying. I don't read books on osteology just for the fun of it. So there's, I think people overclassify stuff, and so there's no genre I want to read more. It seems to take my fancy. I've bizarrely got a couple of Mills and Boon romance books that I'm going to read soon. Not my normal cup of tea, but I just thought, hey, let's read them, just see what they're like. So I have no specific goals for any genres I want to read. I just want to continue reading things that I enjoy and maybe exploring a few new avenues. And that's really it. There's no, as I said, I'm really hard for specific goals. So let's me have a look at the next question, see if I've got a better chance of answering that. Name 3 non-related book goals for 2023. Okay, non-related book goals. My first one is to get my blog going a bit more. I suppose it's part of it's book related, part of it's not. But I'm trying to, my blog that I've had for quite a while, I said it's just a hobby blog, and I put links to it down below, so please go visit it. It's got about books, it's about films, it's about science fiction, it's about things I love. So yes, I want to do that and do more writing to do with that. That's one of my goals. It's slightly book related, I suppose. Another non-related book thing that I would like to do is I'd like to get my fitness back. I've, as I may have said in an earlier video, I've been quite ill over the past few years. I used to run a lot, and I used to do endurance runs and what have you. And obviously, looking at me now, you can tell I don't run anymore. And over COVID and stuff, things all went a bit pear-shaped. I put on a lot of weight, which I don't really like to speak about, but because I'm not here to speak about stuff like that, because we all have our own issues. But yes, I would love to get to the point that I can start running again. And we've got a huge hill that I used to run up most days. That's about 10-12k, run up there and back. I used to like to run a lot, and also I used to love running with my gorgeous Labrador, who's down there asleep. So yes, I'd like to run more. I'd just like to start running again. And another book-related, non-related book goal I'd like to do, yeah, get better with my art. I said I like to draw, I like to paint, and I'd just like to do a bit more of that. And it's just one of these things, and obviously just all the normal things people do. Let's go to the next question, which is question 5. What book have you had forever that you still need to read? I said I've got quite a few books I haven't read, but one that comes to mind, I did pick this up quickly off the shelf, was James Corey's Leviathan Wakes from the Expanse series. I keep meaning to read the Expanse series. I really like the TV series of it, and I keep meaning to read it. I've got this book, I've got Caliban's War as well, which is the second book, which I picked up cheap somewhere. And I keep meaning to think, oh, I should start these, and I never get around to it. So one day, whether I pick it up this week, yeah, be another thing. But it would be nice to actually get onto it, because I don't read huge amounts of sort of modern-ish books. But yeah, I would quite like to get onto that. And yeah, that's books. And the final question is, one word describing 2023. Well, so far, wet. It is so wet here. I think we've had literally like 12 hours of rain for about the past 3 or 4 weeks. My garden looks like the battlefield of the Somme. And to get my dogs in without trips in mud everywhere is damn near impossible. So yes, wet is my main description of that. And the final thing is to tag people. Well, I'm not going to tag people because people that do it. Just it's a general thing. If you've not done the New Year tag, do it. And okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. It said it wasn't the most comprehensive one because some of the questions I couldn't really answer. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that anyway. So that was a New Year tag. I said I found it on Steve Donaghue. Donaghue's spoke about it. I've seen a couple of other people do it, and I'm gonna go and have a search in a minute, see if I can find out who originally did it. And if I find out, I will put them in the links below. And I said there'll be links below to my blog and stuff if anybody's interested. So I will see you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.